Welcome to this World Metrology Day movie about cows, metrology and data science. What do all these topics have in common? Cows, they graze in the pasture, they produce milk, which gives us butter, cheese and all kinds of wonderful products. Metrology is the science of measurement. At VSL, the National Metrology Institute of the Netherlands, we measure all kinds of different things. One of the things we measure are gas compositions. We are here in the storage facility where we store cylinders of very high precision gases with very well-known composition that VSL ships all over the world. We're one of the specialists in gas metrology worldwide. So, how do the cows come into play in all this? Well, cows produce gas, which is a source of nitrogen. And this nitrogen is currently something which is discussed in society because it's a source of pollution. We're going to talk today on how metrology, and especially data science, can help in furthering this debate and supporting a solution. And for that, I'm going to talk with Federica Gugole, one of our specialists in the field of data science, who is going to tell us a little bit more on the problem and how metrology and data science can help bring this to a solution. So everybody likes cows. So what is the problem with cows and nitrogen emission?
Nitrogen is fundamental to all life on Earth. It's necessary for the synthesis of proteins, for the DNA, and well, it's a basic ingredient for the growth of plants, which provides food both for cows and also for us. However, nitrogen in excess is very dangerous to the environment. It can be very harmful for the biodiversity by favoring some plants over others, and breaking the equilibrium of that naturally established in the environment in that area.
So it's important to monitor the emissions coming from the cow. How do measurements come into play for that?
For the measurement of nitrogen in livestock, there are two basic ingredients. One is the gas composition in the farm, and the other one is the ventilation. And these two are then combined by mathematical models to get ultimately the emission. It's very important to get accurate measurements because the gas composition in the livestock has to be compared to the background level. So nitrogen naturally occurs in the air. So you're not just interested in how much nitrogen there is in the livestock, but on the difference with respect to the background that was already there. So that's why it's very important to have accurate measurements.
Yeah. So you mentioned models. Models are never perfect, of course. How to deal with that imperfection?
Well, there's a famous quote, all models are wrong, some of them are useful. So to get the model to be useful, you actually have to understand how the model was formulated, what were the hypotheses behind it. You have to validate it, actually check that it does what it's supposed to do it. And a way to assess the quality of the model is to get an uncertainty also related to the model. So the model is gonna just put an input and you get an output. So it's gonna give you just one estimate. But you also want to know how accurate is that estimate. So then have an uncertainty associated to that estimate to give an idea of how much you can trust actually that model and that result.
So then how can you use that uncertainty if you want to set limits to the nitrogen emission?
This is an information that is very crucial for policymakers because they have to take measures to reduce the nitrogen pollution. And there are several ways to do it. For example, you could either impose stricter limitation on the farmer side or allow the environment to take the hit. But then it's very important to know what is the uncertainty in the emission. Because if you impose a regulation on the farmer, for example, they are not allowed to go over a certain limit of nitrogen emission. You want to be sure that you're not imposing too strong fines on the poor farmer. He has a family and everything.
If you know the uncertainty, then you can adjust the limit so that the farmer does not have to pay for an unnecessary safety margin, and you can really get the best limit that balances both between the farmer and the environment. Okay, sounds like a very useful thing that metrology and data science in particular can contribute to this important discussion. If people are interested in knowing more,
of course, you're more welcome to reach to us, and we're more than open and happy to discuss about it and work on it.
Yeah, sounds like a good thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.